Hi, it's Sarah Davison here, the divorce coach. I wanted to speak to you today about how to let go of your ex once and for all. I've got a client I just got off the phone with actually just now, and he's been stuck in a cycle which some of you might recognise. Basically, he knows the relationship isn't right for him. He still loves the person that he's with, and they go through a cycle, and they've been doing it for a while now, where they break up and then they have radio silence for a month or 4 or 5 weeks, and then one of them makes the first move and gets back in touch, and then they agree to meet up, and then in the end they end up getting back together again. Now this cycle's been going on for a little while for him, and he wants to stop it. So we had a call today about just how to do that. Now there's lots of things to look at, so I'm going to give you a really short couple of tips on how to do this. So first of all, letting go of someone, obviously don't social media cyber stalk them, because that is really like social media self-harming, I call it. It's like having a scab and then picking at it so it never actually heals. Also, not having contact is a good thing, but actually giving up a relationship with someone is almost like giving up an addiction. And even if it's an unhealthy addiction, so maybe some of us have an addiction to, say, I don't know, sugar, it's quite topical at the moment. And what happens is we say, right, no sugar. And we go on a diet where there's no sugar, but we get cravings. And it's what it's like when you go through a breakup. It's like you go through cravings for that relationship still. So you might have certain times of the day where you think about your ex more than others. You might have times where you would normally text them, or that you would normally spend time with them. Maybe it's a Friday night, maybe it's a weekend. So one of the things to do is you can't get rid of something completely without replacing it with something else. So for example, if you're on a diet, you'd get rid of the unhealthy food and you'd replace it with healthier food that was good for you. So one of the things with a relationship is when you're out of the relationship, you need to replace it with something else. Now, I said something, not someone. So this is like different behavior. So for example, in the morning when you're really missing them, instead of actually texting them, maybe text a friend. Or instead of lying awake at night thinking about them, maybe get Paul McKenna's I Can Make You Sleep DVD, and that will, not DVD, sorry, audiobook, and you can then listen to the hypnotic induction in there, and that will really help you sleep. So it's doing something different. It's replacing the behavior that you did have with them with something else, so that you're not left with that gap that they used to fill. Now, it's all about taking control of this and doing it when you need to do it. So that means careful thought beforehand, so that you're not trying to scrabble around at that moment, because at that moment, all you want to do is, you've got that craving, you want to contact your ex. So one of the things then to do is to think about all the things you can do at those different times of day that will replace the behavior. So that will replace you texting your ex, thinking about your ex, or going to meet up with your ex. So that might be going for a run, it might be meeting another friend, it might be taking up a new hobby, whatever it is. It can be small, it doesn't have to be big. Instead of texting them, maybe make yourself a cup of tea. But whatever it is for you, you need to replace that old behavior when that craving kicks in with something else that's going to be more positive for you. That's if you really truly want to get out of the relationship. Obviously, if you're not sure whether you've done the right thing, then maybe you haven't communicated well enough about what you could do to improve the relationship and what needs to change. But actually, if you want to let go of them and move forward, then this is great advice. So treat it like a craving, replace it with something else, a more positive behavior, so you don't have that gap with your ex where they used to be. Try it, and then email me or drop some notes down below and let me know how you get on. It's a really powerful, effective way to let go of your ex once and for all. Thanks, guys.